larger, man, you wouldn't be sitting there studying. Hey! Aha! Here! Well, what the heck, you can't win them all.
Dances that we do is the chokat blanket dance. You've seen the blankets briefly. One of them is the bear and raven dance covering the chief when he was killed by the bear. The other covering the warrior when he was killed in the spear dance. Each of the blankets is old, they're highly valued, they're insured for almost $15,000 a piece, but if lost, they would be next to impossible to replace. The last of the old weavers in this area passed away almost 8 years ago now at the age of 97. Although over her long career as a weaver, she was weaving almost up until her death, she was able to pass on much of her knowledge to others. But unfortunately, very few were willing to learn, even fewer still willing to carry on the tradition. I think the main reason being is that today, as in the old days, between gathering the mountain goat wool, the cedar bark, dyeing the wool, and then weaving the blanket, you could easily spend almost 2 years making a full-size blanket. Now this is a competitive dance, with the two dancers representing the main clans, the ravens and the eagles. However, Austin and Rosanne here in the center, wearing silkscreen designed blankets similar to the larger blankets. They're going to come out first, show you a little bit about what they've learned in the last 5 or 6 years of dancing, and the older dancers will take over. The two dancers compete against each other, each trying to outdo the other for the honor of their respective clan. On the opposite side, Pete, representing the eagle crest, is wearing a diving whale blanket of a killer whale design. The face in the center of the blanket is the main part of the body. The ovoids at the top, in black and yellow, are the flukes of the tail. The whale's head is down, it's split down the middle, and folded out to either side. So you see both eyes, two cheek designs in white, the mouth in blue. And so the mark you see on the outside corner of the blanket is the weaver's insignia. The brown mixed in with the fringe is the cedar bark that's twisted with the warp, the up and down material. So Pete will represent the eagle crest. Butch on this side, representing the raven crest, is wearing a diving whale blanket of a humpback or a baleen type whale with seated ravens on either end. Again, this face in the center is the main part of the body. The two ovoids in black and yellow at the top are the tail, and the head is down. But in this design, the eyes are on either side, the mouth runs across the lower center portion of the blanket. You can kind of see the corners of the mouth turn up in white right here. Separated by this white vertical line, there are seated ravens on either end of the blanket. So Butch represents the raven crest, Pete represents the eagle crest. They dance against each other, each trying to outdo the other for the honor of their clan. They then seek out their favorite nieces. The two girls come out and do their own dance together, and then all four join together as the dance comes to an end. Now you'll notice as the dancers dance that they snap their heads. And that's because in the old days, in this cavity in the top of the shakiet, between the sea lion whiskers, they used to stuff eagle down. And as the dancers danced and snapped their heads, the eagle down would fly out and float around the room. If it landed on you, it was meant to be a sign of good luck. This is the chokat blanket dance.
Well, we got pictures of the Eskimos and their dances. There's a picture of a garden. Those are peas, believe it or not. Isn't that something, huh? Wow, do they grow big here. There's strawberries. There's strawberries. Lots of them. Squash. Big. There's a roll of lettuce. Man, they did something. And look at these peas. Wow. Well, here we are in Skagway. We're on a trip. Took the taxi over, water taxi. And we'll be going back this afternoon after we look at the Chillicoot Trail and a few other things, ride the train. Well, here we are in downtown Skagway, as the picture showed before. Some of the buildings that are restored are pretty neat down here. The whole town is kind of like Dawson City, where they're restoring the town back to the way it was in the old days. Well, there's the train we're going to get on in Skagway and take the White Pass. Coming into the depot. There comes our cars. Boarding very shortly.
You will want to have your tickets out and ready. As soon as we get to the railroad stops in about a mile, the conductor or brakeman will come by and collect them. And it's just easier if you have them out and handy. We do have restrooms located in each of our cars. They're in the front of the train car. I would suggest knocking before entering. Some of the doors do not lock. Cars are at the clearing. You can look off to the left-hand side and see Skagway, and the Skagway Bay where the cruise ships are.
Right, way down there.
So if you that area up there, we will be 1,000 feet above the valley floor below. And that area is known as the High Line section of the tracks. River, there was a city of about 5,000 people, and it was made completely of tin. So unfortunately, there are no remains of that city down below. That is where the city was located. And it was essentially the last stopping place for the gold seekers before they headed up Dead Horse Gulch and on to the summit and into the gold fields. And this was also the area where the men that worked on this section of the tracks lived. The railroad workers 1,000 feet above the valley floor below. There's quite a spectacular view off to the left-hand side of the train. So if you are standing to take a picture as we cross over the trestle, please hold on when we go through the tunnel.
Above the clouds here. That was the old bridge that the train used to go on a few years ago.
You can't make it. You don't want to or something.
We're here in Juneau, and we're watching a fish ladder. We're watching a group of fish down at the bottom of the ladder, and they're trying to get up this ladder to get into the fish hatchery. It's through a viewing window in the trough. Looks like an old big king there. And we're going to go up now and take a look inside, see what happens. Okay, now we're above the fish ladder. Here's where they come in. And these troughs are all full of salmon. They look like humpbacks and kings and everything else in there. See if we can bring them up here. Lots of salmon. Lots of big ones. We're going to get the eggs out of them. See some of them old big kings in there? Yeah. Oh, that's some good sized fish. We're actually inside now, and we're in a fish bowl, and that's a little big king there. He's a big old sucker.
Oh, yeah.
There's your halibut. Swimming kind of funny. Bottom feeder. There's some smaller fish in there with those big ones. Looks like a little big coho right there.
All those corals.
These are live
Oh my gosh.
coral down here in the fish bowls that they got for you to look at. Like on the bottom of the sea. So they're on the bottom of the sea, actually.
Oh, look at this.
There's another halibut. Of course, wherever you go up here, they've got stuffed bears. And there's an old stuffed grizzly. And the national bird there. We're seeing lots of them up here. Well, we're on the Glacier Bay taking a cruise. We're going up into some ice fields. Going down a long channel right now. There's Old Glory. What a sight to see. There she is. Looking kind of ornery, baby. No, just got through supper. What'd we have, hon?
We had breast of chicken, broccoli, rice.
Oh, sounds like a
simple dessert that was delicious.
Sounds like a George Bush dinner. Hey, there's the shot off the stern. How do you like those nautical terms, huh? Still haven't figured out what starboard port is, but that sounds like wine to me. Well, here it is. Early in the morning, 5 o'clock here, actually. And it's August the 3rd. We're on a cruise ship. This is what we woke up to. Isn't that beautiful, huh?
We woke up. It's mysterious over here. I like this. This mist just looks so mysterious. I know it, me too.
This is awesome. The only thing we can think of to say to this
Stay
thing.
there. Look.
Gosh. It is a big one. Woke up this morning and we were facing this thing. After traveling all night.
Dropped over in a kayak. Haha, I think they got that. This one.
Yeah, this one here goes. It's going to be something.
Right down, straight down from there, and there's a big wide crack, and it goes down deep.
Well, this is what I
Smaller at the bottom, and that has widened some considerably. Yeah.
And I'm amazed. I thought they'd be huge.
So when you look at that, that was a good prediction there.
I'm not taking any more pictures of that.
How many have you got?
Oh, I several.
The bay itself
Black glacier down there.
and throughout our day,
Right on around.
providing information and sharing with you some of the knowledge that I have about Glacier Bay. Please feel free at any time to ask me questions. If you have any comments about Glacier Bay, please anytime just ask me. I'd be happy to help you out.
There's another angle of this old huge Marjorie Glacier is the name of it. Marjorie Glacier. They claim those black streaks in there could have been put in there 10,000 years ago from lava dust and that sort of thing. Almost hard to tell where the ice finishes and the rock begins, but you can right there in the center of the screen. You can see the rock beginning. And if you move down the rock wall a little bit, look at there, waterfall coming down from way up there. And then you wonder that that glacier is melting, huh? Let's continue on down the rock wall and we come to birds. Look at those birds. These birds sit over here, and when a glacier or a piece of glacier falls off, hundreds of these birds fly over there and pick up the stuff that is stirred up from the bottom. That's what they're feeding on.
All the birds that were dropped.
Those are horned puffins, which are a rare bird up in this part of the country, they tell it. And don't see them too good, but that's what they are, a horned puffin. Something to take a bath in that kind of water. The little white streaks that you see coming down there are little streams, waterfalls coming off of the glacier on top of the mountain. And of course there's an old big iceberg floating out there, kind of a dirty one, but it's there. Those are little waterfalls that coming down. Let me see if we've got a glacier up here that we can bring in. Well, that's actually there's a one up there. See all the ice up there. That's where all the little streams are coming from down the side of that mountain. Fantastic. This is called Glacier Bay. You've got constant glaciers just everywhere you look, every little crack in the mountain got a glacier in it. Something else to see. Both sides
A
of
lot of fresh water mixed with that silt. If it's mixed in with the salt water and thus making the water that we're traveling in something. The big cave was actually carved out on that water stream, as well as these icebergs themselves. They spend all year round here. They don't leave to go to Hawaii or other places. They spend.
It's another real high glacier that we're going by. And you can see the compressed ice, how it's just so compressed that it's actually deep blue. You see that? That's something. Brought the ship right in so you could see it. Really something bringing it in like that, boat in like that. Beautiful. And another shot of the falls. That boat right in the shore. I couldn't believe it. I don't know how deep that water is, but it has to be down there a long way to be able to come on this close. What a shot, huh?
Or kind of up on his back legs. It's hard to see.
Right in the center of the
He's facing
stream.
us now.
Little black bear up there watching us. Right in the center of the stream there. He's a long ways off, but about as close as we've come to a bear on this trip, seemed like, other than down in Canada.
To the right of the big crack in the rock.
See it?
There's a mountain goat laying right there.
It's great to see when it's close.
And we got an eagle's nest right there.
Look at the mountain goat there. Just to the right of the crack. Beautiful. And that mountain goat's just right there. To the right of the sea. With your eyes.
Yeah, I see the goat. I see the goat too.
The eagle's nest again.
No, it's to the left.
Well, we spotted some mountain goats. There's 3 of them there, right in front of the stream. That's as close as I can bring them. You can see them walking around on the side of that cliff. Almost unbelievable. The way they do that. Look at them walking around on that cliff again. Raining, windy, all out here. It makes you wonder if they're stuck out there. Look at that one on the left. When you can walk along there and get out of there. Look at that. Right on the side of a cliff.
Now this is great to see them actually climbing. These are the most nimble-footed mammals in North America, the mountain goats. It's hard to tell if they're male or female because both sexes look pretty
Where's
much
the other
the
one?
same.
It's going to follow.
There you go, honey bun.
Yeah. The males, the billies are a bit larger. They do range from 100 to 250 pounds. But both sexes have the black horns. My guess is that one of them is the nanny, and the small one that's making its way across the rock face is the kid, which was...
It's the inside of our cruise ship. This is the lounge where we spend a lot of time watching out the windows for animals.
I can go back for probably at least a year.
That's the people we made friends with from Ohio.
Washington. That's where I got my undergraduate degree.
There's
I'm
a bar.
moving back east. I'm moving to Vermont.
There it is, right here.
There's a big old whale right there. Big old whale. We're about to dock in Bartlett Cove, and we're kind of watching the deckhands get ready to get us tied up here when we get a little closer. Another pleasure boat, tour boat is tied up here.
Do not be confused. There's
Yes.
older, slower boats operating in
Yes.
There's a whale early this morning. I don't know whether we can get any more of him or not. What a monster. God. I'm leaning out the porthole of a boat taking this picture early in the morning. A little shaky here.
They close their mouths and they use their tongue to push out all of the water from inside of them, and the hairs on the baby trap the krill and other small fish.
The galley, this is where we
The whale.
5 days of the air gets to it before it turns white.
There's gotta be a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Mendenhall Glacier in Juneau. Took a little tour down here in Juneau and came out to look at this big glacier. This is the big one.
Yeah.
You can see the it is a big one.
I hiked up that side. I've hiked up over there twice. But it's been 10 years since I've been up there.
Well, we're at a nature center in Sitka, Alaska, and this is a place where they call a raptor center, and it's a place where they repair eagles, repair shop for eagles. And this guy is called Buddy, and he's 2 years old, and he was raised from a baby by humans, and is therefore in a condition where they can't release him. So, very interesting guy. He's 2 years old and doesn't have the white head yet or anything, but got quite an interesting story with him.
Hi, buddy.
We'll be showing you some other ones here and to show you how they work in this area. Look at them claws. Yes, sir. He's quite a guy, this guy. Oh, yeah, must be feeding time. Must be feeding time.
Do you? Do you know how old Buddy is?
Well, look at that, huh?
How old is Buddy?
Buddy's about 3 years old.
3 years old. And you're 5, aren't you? Yeah. How did I know? Because you look like a big 5.
Hey, Kurt, how are you?
I think you look like a big 5.
Buddy's main handler is leaving. Going back to vet school, so.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Again, the lucky one.
Oh. He's real attached to people.
He is.
He was kind of forced to.
These are some more birds that they have here at the center. They tell us that they have And last year took in 42, released 16 back into the wild, and they're working on some this year. And they tell us that you notice some purple on them. They're not quite as healthy as they could be yet, but they're fixing them up. And some of them got their wings banded together and bound up with adhesive tape and other things. They tell us there's 2 males and 2 females here in this cage. And of course, they're mature with their white heads and white tails. They come in from all over the United States. Anytime they find a bald eagle that's wounded, this is where they send them.
Or what? Look at him walking on.
There's one-eyed female here. Guy here is. Oh.
He was walking so you could get a full shot of his injury.
This one here will probably not be released because of she's healthy otherwise. We got one moving here, so we wanted to. Yeah, he's got a sore leg or something. He looks pretty ratty, but oh, he's doing all right. Yeah, showing off a little, I guess. There's a immature bird down at the other end there. No one wants to get in the picture, I guess. Guy here, he wants to fly too. Pretty heavy bird, about 10 pounds. Well, we're at Totem Pole Park, I guess. And we just noticed this huge tree. And of course, we're on the coastline out here, so we'll probably see some more of these. But this is a memorial erected to the Russians that were killed in the battle with the Indians here many, many years ago. Let's see if we can get. Well, we are what they call Totem Village, I guess, Totem Pole Village or something. This is a real old big soccer. One of the biggest totem poles that we run across. He's a big one. All have a meaning on there. Well, we're at some more totem poles here. Again, they're all got a definite meaning, carved by the Indians of the area. Some more over in the distance there. We're on a bay here. I'm not sure which one, but it's near Sitka. I'm going to take a picture of you doing your work, okay? Are you a Tlingit Indian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is your raven and fish design, huh?
Yeah.
Very good. These are some of the masts, some of the material used in the different Indian ceremonies. I'm on display here. Huh? Okay, they're in Sitka, and there's the cathedral that everybody talks about. More vegetables from the air now. We're on the location or set of where they made the movie White Fang. Now it's all boarded up now, and the city of Haines is going to move it over to their, I think they're going to their fairgrounds. But this is some of the sets that were built. And we'll try to show you some of the inside of it too. Very interesting to us. I'm not sure what all of these places were or what they did, but I can see why they had the set here. We'll move around just a little bit and show you some other things. Let's look at the backdrop for that set of old buildings there, huh? Look up in the background. And that's what they were after. And boy, what a beautiful spot. This is the inside of the old Klondike bar, and the kids have been in here and just raised heck, and the townspeople are really upset about it. All the windows are busted. These huge mirrors in this bar room has been broken. What a shame. But we'll show you some more, and not many of the buildings have interiors like this. That's some of the other, where they had the tents and so on in back of the town, if you remember some of the old history of the ladies in waiting or whatever they called them up there. That was some of their location. And again, some of the buildings that they had in the set. There's Rosanne down there walking around, see? Okay. What's that? Yeah. There's an old log cabin that they had built right in the middle of the set, and I'm not sure exactly what that was, but you see the sod on the top. This is a sod hut, or a sod log cabin they had built. This is a complete cabin, too. Rosanne said she wanted me to show you here the outside stairway. This is the old outside stairway going up. And one of the ladies here told us that they fudged a lot. Well, there's the doorway going in. Now let me show you where it goes. There's where it goes, right there. This is the inside of the building, see? And it's supposed to be a hotel. And that's where that outside stairway led to. Yeah, we think the inside of this building is where they had the newspaper or printing shop or whatever it was they had back in those days.
We have to go home and watch a movie again.
Yeah, we're going home and watch movies, see all these things. That's the building where they had the dog fight, if you remember the ultimate end there where they had the fight. Well, that's where it was, right there. Again, that's the building of where they had the dog fight in the old corral out back. And you see all the windows now are all boarded up. But gives you an idea how they build these sets. It's just a false stairway goes upstairs. Here's some more props, again, for that movie White Fang. We'll go right around and see the storefront on the other side. We'll go around on the other side and show you what's over there. They use the same buildings for two different fronts. And most of those doorways open up into just maybe a 3 or 4 foot space, unless they were going to use the inside of the building. And this is the other side of that building we just looked at a minute ago. Again, they're all boarded up and everything, but interesting, really interesting. And we got a building here with outfitters on the front and hardware on the side, huh? There's another one of the local businesses. Again, it's about 3 foot deep when you walk through that door. And, of course, you got to have the local bank. Not too big. Only about 4 foot deep. Yeah, but what a background they had here. They sure knew what they were doing when they were looking for a background. My, my. These hills and mountains all over the place. I don't know.
They must have given him a pretty penny.
City, maybe. Well, there's our rig set up at Chillicat Lake. I don't know if you can see the lake down there or not, but there's one down there. We're here for 3 days now, and we're waiting for the ferry to head back to Michigan. This is, let me see here. April 7th. And we'll soon be on our way back home. We're going to do a little fishing here, though, on Chillicat Lake. This is a government or a state campground. Pretty nice. And there comes the boss out. We're going to go for a walk down at the lake now. Now we're standing on the edge of the lake now. Chillicat Lake, near Haines, Alaska. And this is the view that we have. Beautiful spot. Our motorhome is just up the way. These mountains go on forever. A milky old lake. They tell us they were up at the other end. Somebody was in a boat. Saw a bear. They've seen him in the campground, but not while we're here, of course. And there's mother standing up there watching me and laughing at me, so they had quite a time getting down the hill here.
If you'll throw me the camera, I'll take a picture while you're climbing up.
There's a waterfall. Not sure you can see it. I think the camera's focused too much on the trees, but there's a waterfall in the background across the lake from our picnic table where we're camped here. Okay, we're looking at an eagle's nest on Chillicat Lake. We're in a boat doing some fishing for Dolly Barden, and ran across this eagle's nest and taking a good shot of it.
They're not real common to build in fir tree or spruce trees or hemlock trees because the branch structure's not real strong. They like cottonwood trees better.
Supposed to be one chick up there, you said, huh?
Yeah, I've seen one chick.
Those nests are so huge.
You see these waterfalls everywhere you look. Isn't that something coming right down the side of the mountain, huh?
Yeah, they go.
Did they?
I'll shut down here so I don't scare that eagle off. He'll come back around again, I think. Yeah, there he comes.
They're hauling freight down.
Here, Gary, you must have been after it, right?
Nah, he might not do it again.
Looks like he's interested now.
When we were coming outside of Anchorage around Turnagain Arm, an eagle went down and we didn't see him go down.
They look like they're walking on water.
They look like those puffins.
Yeah.
Did you see
That's
them
what the
on
eagle was
them
after
that
just a
can't
minute
get
ago.
out and fly?
Crowd them enough, they'll just go under. I don't usually chase these silly things.
She said there were 5 seals down at that bridge, Wayne.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this morning there was.
Was there again 30 or 40 feet?
There's evidence of bear right there. See the fish in it. See the fish? Bear all through
Really
here.
make it all works out, doesn't it?
Basis. This is a weir on the Chillicat River, and we're camped about a mile from here. And we just walk down to take a look at it. Occasionally you can see the fish jumping here trying to get through, and They, of course, don't let them through with the bigger ones anyway. There's a person sitting out there counting the fish on a daily basis. I don't think he's out there right now, but he's there normally, and they have an opening and they count the fish that go through. And they have a chalkboard here where they report to the fishermen in the area the number of sockeye that have gone through today and the number of totals since they started counting. You're allowed to fish 300 feet, within 300 feet of the weir. And let's see if we can see some. Yeah, there's a few fishermen down there that you can see. Been doing pretty good here too. We were out last night, caught some dolly barred and had them for supper. We're going to have some tonight too. That shows the front of the weir, how that water roils down through there and all the way across the river. There's a net there where they sit and do the counting, where they open the holes up. Well, we're seeing the ferry Matanuska. And as you can see, they're loading campers on there right now. And that's where we'll be going at 11 o'clock tonight, right on that same ship. It's going to leave here and go to Skagway. And a lot of these rigs are getting off up there, I guess. And then we'll get ourselves in line here and get on board, and away we'll go. We'll be heading down to Prince Rupert. This boat will leave here, go to Skagway, and probably in about 3 hours, why it'll be back here, or 4 hours, it'll be back here and pick us up, and along with a bunch of other ones, and away we'll go. Well, we're on the ferry on the way home now. We've left Haines, let me see, when was it? About 2 o'clock in the morning. Supposed to leave at 11, but they were late. And here we are now on a Sunday. There it is, August 11th. And I'm on the stern of the ship, looking at the riled up water from all the power that's coming out of this thing. We've got our motorhome is on board, and along with hundreds of other cars, and we're enjoying the scenery as we go down to Prince Rupert and prepare to get off in British Columbia and head. There's a little fishing boat off in the distance. We're about to go into Petersburg, which is on an island on the inside passage, and we're sure enjoying our trip. We're looking at a patch right on the side of a hill where they have cut timber, what they call clear cutting, something that I disagree with wholeheartedly, but then the forest people and the government seems to think it's all right. Too much wash happens there, too much destruction of the soil. It's costing us dearly. They're all over the side of the hill. I don't know if I can pick any more up or not, but we've seen patches of them all along the way. There's the people unloading here at Petersburg. Nice walkway there. There's the town of Petersburg. should say. Cars rolling off. You'll see them motorhomes roll off this thing when they stop every once in a while. There's one coming now. Well, this is the big city of Wrangell, Alaska. And we're coming in here with a ferry. Really, they're one of their only two outside contacts that they have. Stop and think about it. They've got the airplane and the ferry. Quite a little town, perched out here on an island, coast of Alaska. And hard to believe that they even have automobiles because and the ferry. Quite a little town, perched out here on an island, coast of Alaska. And hard to believe that they even have automobiles because they don't have far to go. That's for sure. One of their only two outside contacts that they have. Stop and think about it. They've got the airplane and the ferry. Quite a little town, perched out here on an island, coast of Alaska. And hard to believe that they even have automobiles because they don't have far to go. That's for sure. We won't get off. We'll be here just for a few minutes, and they'll be unloading some freight and a couple of semis and probably, and then we'll head out again. We should be into our destination of Prince Rupert by tomorrow morning sometime. Well, we are about to dock at the dock here in Prince Rupert. We leaving the ship, driving our rig right off back into this thing. A little bit more of the town, but we're not seeing much of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the car deck is not open. Please remain above the car deck for...
Well, we are on the way back, and we're in southern British Columbia, approximately 150 to 200 miles from the state of Washington. And interesting, some of the things you come across as you travel through the country. This is a beautiful pull-off on the highway heading south, and we'll try to get you a little of it down there. It's quite a view with the clouds hanging low. Quite a scene, quite a scene. You can see, looks like a motorhome coming up the hill. Semi, we'll be heading down that way shortly. River down in the valley. Some of the farms down there too, some of the old farms. And we're still at the same stop here alongside the road. You see the sagebrush, and that's the old highway, probably 300 or 400 yards down in the valley. And see, I've lost it here. Just barely see it down there. That's the old highway. That must have been something traveling this part of the country on that kind of a highway. Winding around and up and down and around, and now it still winds around some. And I spot a I think, where did I see it a minute ago? Oh, there it is. Yeah, right there. There's a freight train winding his way down through the valley, too. He'll be coming around. Let me see. He'll be popping out there somewhere right down in here before too long. Yeah, there he comes. Coming out, following the river along. Yeah. There's a ranch down there. We're probably looking, mile and a half away. But comes the old train trucking right along there, too. Well, we're still winding our way down out of British Columbia. And we're in some of the mountains and valleys. And you can see lots of water in these valleys, but boys, it dry up in the hills. The area where we come from. Probably about another 60 miles to get out down into the good old USA. Well, we're at the Grand Coulee Dam. What an outfit. Let's see, there's something going across the top of it. Let's see if we can bring that in. What is that? Uh-huh. There's a motorhome going across the top of this thing. What a sight. Unbelievable. Almost. He is a huge dam and holding back one heck of a lot of water. Let's see, what's that right there? That's a semi parked over on the other side of the river from us. Let's say North American. I think that's what it says there. North American semi. North American van movers or something. Anyway, that's quite an outfit. We're going to see if we can go up there and drive across. I'm not sure, but we'll see if we can find our way up there. Well, we're on top of the power plant now. Showing you a little bit about the Grand Coulee Dam, built in 1933. And what a place it is. We're going to drive right across it now. We're got our rig sitting right behind us. We'll jump in and drive right on across. Well, we'll show you one more picture. Here we are in the middle of the dam. Water spilling down. Not very much, though. They've got her shut off for a while. Quite a place and quite a drop down there. Well, as you can tell, we're in Wall, South Dakota, home of the famous Wall drugstore. And we're going to take a few pictures inside and some more on the outside. And just wanted you to know that's where we was. Famous Wall drugstore, where they became famous for giving away ice water. And this is inside the Wall drugstore. This, of course, is not the original part of it, but it has some memories here, I'm sure, for him. What a place. All kinds of stores on the side. Everything you can imagine. Clothing. Hi, huh? And there's that. My wife. In the cafe at Wall Drugstore. And this is what he calls the backyard. Kind of a carnival atmosphere out here. And there's the farmyard dance and the farmyard orchestra. Kids remember that.
It's your judgment day. Put the gun in the holster. When I say draw, draw. Now. I told you you was cross-eyed. You missed, bandit. again. Put the gun in the holster. Now get ready. Now, you got me. I'm moving on to the pearly gates. A mounted greenhorn like you ought to try that again. Put the gun in the holster. Now get ready.
All right, hon. Here we are home.
Yes, and it's just as cool as it was in Alaska.
That's for sure. We wore jackets in Alaska pretty regular, but...
10,700 miles, road miles that is, and many water miles, and many air miles. And we're wrapping it up on this Monday evening, 7:30, August 19th.
The date's already on. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a long trip, and got a little bit more on here, I think. We got to work it off. We haven't walked enough to say so, really. But
what are you talking about? Weight?
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. Anyway, we just had a whale of a good time. Couldn't have had a better partner, really.
Thank you.
You went fishing with me once or twice, and we just had a good time. We saw a lot of country, a lot of people, met a lot of good people, and flew a few miles here and there. I guess a total of, we could probably add on 2,500 miles more onto our highway miles, I suppose. This rig served us well. We had a flat tire on the trailer, and we had a flat tire on the motorhome. Other than that, just put her in cruise and let her go. And mile after mile after mile, and we saw it all. We paid everything everywhere from $2.75 a gallon for gasoline to
96 cents an Anchorage.
96 cents in Anchorage, Alaska. That's the least we paid for gasoline, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And just saw a lot of country, not a lot of wildlife. Saw some, but not as much as we would have liked. Guess I was sick one day with a cold, and you were sick one other day with a headache, real bad and stuff.
Oh yes, but all in all, I think today's the 70th day. I'll have to look on my log. That's a long time to be gone from home, and everything went perfect. As far as I'm concerned, everything went just the way it was supposed to. We saw what we were supposed to, and we did what we were supposed to, and we're back home, and the day after tomorrow I'll go back to work, and I don't know about you.
Probably tomorrow, I suppose. But put our hand in the Arctic Ocean, far north as you could go. Couldn't go another step further without walking in the Arctic Ocean. Saw a lot of country up there, Eskimos, all down through the Tlingit Indians, and just all kinds of different things that we could go on and on. I even caught a 128-pound halibut. Got to get that in here, you know. And I don't know, we just met a lot of fine people that we're going to communicate with here in a little while. And I don't know how many Sundays we were gone, but we went to Sunday school, or to church 8 Sundays. Missed 2, I guess, didn't we?
Missed 2 because we were on a Glacier Bay cruise ship, and the next Sunday was Alaska Ferry. We were on the Alaska Ferry going from Haines to Rupert and had no church service, so we missed church 2 Sundays in over 2 months.
And I think, if I remember right, they were all different, were they not?
No, we went to a couple of Baptist churches.
Okay.
But they were all wonderful services with wonderful church communities that were willing to welcome us with open arms. And it was good to meet people that knew Lowell and Andrea, our pastor and wife at our church, and it was good to communicate with them and to share some information with them.
Sure was. Okay, well.
This cool weather feels good.
That's for sure.
I kind of dreaded coming back to the hot humidity, and this feels real good.
That's for sure. Other than that, we wore a jacket just about all the time we've been gone.
All the time.
Last couple of days.
Yep.
Three on the way back. Yep. Okay, dear.
Alrighty.
My partner. Gee whiz, what a mess. Yes, home sweet home.